What is up, guys? We are back with another episode with Stumped for Answers. I think this is like episode 9 or 10 now. We are very pleased to have two esteemed guests on the
Gee.
channel.
CP, your lights went out?
Mr. AG,
Your lights
who's
went
a
out?
recurring guest, and then we have
Shit.
Shibraz. Welcome to the show.
Oh
Vase,
my
if you can
god.
do the intro for these two guys, please.
In the green corner, at 6'4" from North Carolina, Charlotte, we got Mr. Shabraz Sheikh, right arm fast bowler, great batsman. Zaid, let me tell you, he's an avid Pakistan cricket fan, avid Riz Babar fan. Shib, it's an honor to have you. And in the white corner, we had Atif Gill, but it looks like Shib got him shook up, and Atif Gill's not here now. I think Atif's having some networking issues. Goddamn. But Shib, it's an honor to have you here, man. I think in the meantime, AG will, try to come back on, but if there's some few words, you'd like to start off with.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. First of all, appreciate Zach and Wase for inviting me over, man. I saw you guys podcast. This is something I always want to talk about. And me and one of my friends was talking about starting a podcast, and it didn't go anywhere. And then I saw Wase just posting a podcast. I was like, well, hell no, is Wase doing a podcast? I have to jump on it. So I have listened to the podcast you guys have been putting up on YouTube. Fantastic job, you guys do a very well job, with the content you guys talk about and bringing in guests. Very well, organized basically. So appreciate you guys having me over.
Yeah, so Shibs, nice to see that you have Babar Azam in the background. So, what's the story behind that? Are you a huge Babar Azam fan, or um, and what do you think about the current situation going on right now with the Pakistan team?
Um, I love Bobber. Of course, is Wase gone too?
No, no, he's back. He's back. He's
Okay.
back.
Well, I love Bobber just because he's part of Pakistan team, and I think during the chat we were talking about who my favorite players are in terms of clutch players who actually finish the job. And the way I look at Bobber, I don't really call him the king because, of course, he's a great batsman, but he is, to me, he's not like a guy who will finish the game for you. If he's there, then yeah, that's good for the team actually because he has to play that anchor role. And if even if you listen to Barber's talk about himself, the way he plays, he's like that's his natural game of just playing and getting set up and trying to play the anchor role. So with that being said, I feel like he needs to be in a team, T20 team, just because he can literally play that anchor role with 130, 135 strike rate. And I think he's actually improving as we talk about it. He's trying to adopt too. So that's something we don't talk about much. His intent is getting better. Um, and I'm okay with this whole new approach of bringing new young guys in and, trying to give them a chance and try to come with this new way of approaching the T20 game. But as you guys can see, T20 so far in 2 games. I'm not trying to, put my young guys down, but if you look at the 2 guys that they brought in, right, Hassan Nawaz and the second guy is Osama Yusuf.
Mohammed,
It's Osama Yusuf, right?
or no, no, Mohammad Haris and Hassan Nawaz. Those are the two openers.
And who was the other guy? There was another guy. Anyway, so Mohamed Haris is the opener. I think he played like the T20 series before too. But the new guys they brought in was Nawaz Hassan and there's another Osama bin Yusuf, Osama ibn Yusuf, something like that. So it's funny because they criticize Barber on his strike rate of being 130, not good enough. But if you look at these young guys they brought in, right, their strike rate like it's between 128 to 130. So what are
I mean,
they?
it's been 2 games, but like we have to give him some opportunity to develop here and there. But the thing is with Babar Azam, what everyone was complaining about is he hasn't really evolved his game. Like nowadays in modern T20 cricket, it isn't about anchors. There's no such thing as an anchor player. You have to accelerate, you have to keep going. There's no why are we doing anchors? Vasa, you're muted.
Zaid, as I was saying, it depends on the pitch, right? Because every pitch is different. And to be honest, you still need an anchor role. My king, 129.22 strike rate. I saw him play in the National Cup the other day, and my king tried a reverse sweep shot. You
And he got
wanted the
out.
reverse sweep. He got out, but he played it. He tried it.
Yeah,
So
he
we are
did.
adding
Okay.
new dynamics to our game, and we're starting from the ground up. We have no ego. We've never had an ego. Country comes first, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to the system, and we will be back, inshallah, for 2025
I
Asia
like
Cup.
that.
I
I like
respect
that
what he's
he's
doing.
there. I like that he's there in the national T20. That's fine. I
Yes.
like that they're playing
And I
domestic,
know you
but
saw the reverse sweep shot, baby. He might have gotten out,
I
but
did
we
see
are
it.
improvising.
But
Alhamdulillah, we'll be back.
our new T20 captain, Mr. Salman Aliaga, is playing that shot
Ease.
with success and ease. And as you guys saw, he made a 46 runs off 28 balls that included 3 sixes and 4 fours. So like you've seen that he has that six hitting ability. So that's something that Babar Azam hasn't been able to do in the power play is hit sixes in T20s. And I think that was the criticism of Rizwan and Babar Azam is not hitting the ball in the air. Salman Aliaga has been coming in to the innings very early and been able to utilize that power play even on these difficult pitches.
Bro, Hassan Nawaz in 2 games, 4 balls, 0 runs. You guys talk about power play. He can't make contact with the goddamn ball, bro. He's playing such bad shots that he looks like a street player. Wallahi, one of the games he was batting that looked like me in the next. And I don't even play cricket, bro. Where you close eyes and swing like that, bro. On two
So
occasions.
so Hassan Nawaz was brought into the team, and I think he's a little raw. AG, maybe you can add on this as well. He's raw, but he was the second highest scorer in one of the T20 tournaments domestically in Pakistan. He hasn't played PSL, but that's why they brought him in. But I think we've seen that he's not ready for the international level. He has some flaws with his technique. It seems like the bat is coming across the line, so every time he's hitting a shot, seems like he has no offside game. He's just swinging across the line on outswinging deliveries that's causing the ball to top edge and go up. But AG, if you want to, nice to have you back on the show. You had some connectivity issues,
Yes, sorry about that.
but if you want to take over and give us a little on your what you think about the new age team and if Babar should come back to this team or Rizwan, either or.
I think that they're both going to eventually come back. I think what we're doing right now is the right approach. You have to see what you have, right? So we don't have a proper cricketing system in Pakistan, right? We had a chance with Ramiz Raja where he wanted to implement certain controls where players would come up on merit, right? It would be proper cricket all the way from the bottom to the top, grassroots level all the way to the senior team. So now we have these guys who do great in domestic, and it's always been the issue that, hey, we don't give our domestic guys a chance. We waste guys away in domestic, PSL has kind of taken over. If a guy does well in PSL, it's almost like he gets to walk into the team. So I'm okay with what's going on right now. I'm okay with these guys going out. International bowling, obviously international competition is just a completely different level, right? So Hassan Nawaz, as you mentioned, yeah, he does look a little lost out there. A couple other guys as well. I mean, Muhammad Haris looks very rusty as well. But you got to give these guys chances. And I think it's actually a very good thing that Babar and Rizwan aren't there because you got to test these guys. You got to see what these guys are made of, right? They're playing no pressure cricket right now. It's like, hey, just go out, play your game, play your natural position, go and perform, see what happens. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and the thing is, New Zealand has the most difficult conditions. Last time a Shaheen-led team here lost 1-4, they ended up winning the last game. But Chibs, if
Who
you have
scored the most
anything,
runs?
Chibs, if you have anything to add, Vase, the 3 games that he scored, they lost in all 3 of those games. Just wanted to
Well, it's
put it
it's
out
not a
there.
one-man army, dude. The strike rate was great. He was playing epic. All right, but please
Let
go
me
on,
add on
Sid.
to like the Hudson, the new guy we brought in. So I agree with what Gil said. We were trying out new things with the newcomers, and the statement I made before Gil joined about these young guys, like if you go look at his strike rate they brought in, right, from 2002, and even you mentioned that he was the highest scorer at the national T20. Look at his strike rate at being the highest scorer. It was still 125, 130. It wasn't like 145, 160, what we were expecting, right? So hold on one second. So if we are actually trying to get away from Barber and saying like, okay, he has a 130, 125 or 130, 135 strike rate, but who are we replacing him with? Another Babar Azam, basically? It doesn't.
So
Who doesn't have the
Doesn't make
brains, who
any
doesn't have
sense.
the class, who doesn't have the fans.
So, guys, in the modern day game, I mean, in India, right? The next T20 World Cup is going to happen in India. They're the most batting friendly wickets, probably out there. IPL, small boundaries, small grounds. You're going to have to score 200 plus in a bunch of these games to be successful, and you need guys that are going to hit sixes, right? Like you guys saw New Zealand batting, right? They hit 10 sixes in like the first 5 overs. Finn Allen and Tim Seifert. So is Babar Azam gonna come open and hit sixes? Like Hassan Nawaz was brought in because he was the leading six hitter in that national T20 Cup. So they brought in someone that was gonna be hitting sixes. So they did post a compilation of him hitting
I saw
sixes
that, yeah.
in the national T20 Cup. So that's why they tried him. Yes, it was a failure, but this is not between Hassan Nawaz and Babar Azam. There's better options than Hassan Nawaz. There's guys like Haider Ali,
Oh,
um,
come on.
that are waiting in the ranks. So
Bro.
we need guys that are going to accelerate. I
Freaking
mean, Babar Azam is going to come open and not utilize the power play by not hitting the ball in the air. What are we doing with the 6 over power play, right? I feel like the game is won in that 6 overs, right?
This is what I have to say to the Barber guys, right? When you say Barber's strike rate is 125, if you watch Barber,
129.22.
sure, 129, make it 130. Let's round
All right,
up,
thanks.
130. Now, if you watch Barber in the power play, even the first 10 overs, his strike rate is like 60, 70, right? He catches up after he settles in, right? What happens if he bats at 60, 70 strike rate and he gets out in the power play in the first 8 overs, 10 overs, right? Now the team is already fallen so far behind because he's played so many balls. This is what you actually witnessed, in fact, um, Champions Trophy, the first game where he played 50 dot balls, right? And eventually he caught up a little bit, but it's like, you're playing so many dot balls, you're putting us so far behind in the game that we're constantly playing catch up, right?
And this happened not just with Babar Azam, it's with Mohammad Rizwan as well. In the
Absolutely,
2024 World
absolutely.
Cup game against India, Rizwan was just eating up the dot balls at one end. That
Bro,
caused
because
Fakhar
look, I
Zaman to
know.
get out. Because this is what happens. In that Champions Trophy game as well against New Zealand, what happened was Salman Ali Aga came out in that game. He hit 3 or 4 boundaries. Babar Azam could not rotate the strike.
Yeah.
What happened? Salman Ali Aga took an unnecessary risk because no runs coming from the other end. He ended up getting out. So this is what happens. You have to take risks in T20
Bro, look
cricket.
who he's playing with. Look who he's playing with. You guys
What do you
understand?
mean,
If
who's
he
he
plays a
playing
risky
with?
shot, bro, you guys brought up the New Zealand game, right? Wickets are dropping like flies. That's what happens. So he has to keep the wicket. What do you want him to do? Play a dumb shot that we're
This
all out for
is
80?
Guys,
That's
it's
what happens every game.
2025. It's not 1990s or mid 2000s cricket where keep the wickets in hand and accelerate. In T20, you got to go
Shibs, you
all
agree with
out.
me?
You got to
You
go.
should be
I'm not
you
even
have
talking
to
about
go
T20.
all out.
Look,
Okay, first, I'll give you one example. That 2024 game against the US, right? Everybody's saying, oh, he started off, 3 for 18. He ended up with like 41 runs off 44 balls. We all watched that game. If he plays a dumb shot, Pakistan's out for 60 to 80 runs that game against the US. Thanks to him, we were able to get 160.
He
And I know
also
Shaheen
wasted
came in.
about 30 dot balls in
No,
his
I understand.
44
I understand. I
deliveries.
said
So
Zib, but
imagine
I
if
mean, at the end
another
of the day, you gotta
batsman took
stress the
30
innings out.
singles.
But who would
Imagine if
have though?
I don't know, he ate up those balls and caused
Bro,
pressure
everybody, he
on
was.
other
Shib, you agree with me,
players.
baby?
let me look, Zach. Instead of saying putting all the blame on Bobber, maybe if you look at the way I was trying to explain to you guys, it's like first of all, I don't look at Bobber as a king, as I mentioned before. I think he's a great role player. Like he can be a crucial role player and if you look, I think the way it should be maybe Bobber come one down, or maybe Bobber can open. But we got solid players like Fakhar Zaman. You have to keep in consideration. You keep on mentioning Champions Trophy, right? Sam Ayub got injured. Fakhar Zaman got injured. So these are two crucial players who can actually play fearless cricket without Bobber having
So
so much pressure. So let me finish up. So
yeah, go
what
ahead.
Bobber role is to be there, and you keep on mentioning we don't need an anchor role in T20. I disagree with that. Past 2 games, even though we have young guys who are, of course they got plenty more to go. But not having that anchor role is causing us to not score. So I feel like if he can have, it's not. I feel like Bobber is part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Because put Sam Ayub with Babar Azam, one down, Fakhar Zaman. Rizwan can come maybe 5-6 down. He doesn't need to come up, right? Because Rizwan can play those shots, right? I'm just saying from what I observe, right? You can put in Salman. You like Salman Agha. We can put Salman Ali Agha at number, 2 down, 3 down, wherever you want. But we need good strikers. Babar can stay there, and as long as Babar is there, Pakistan doesn't have to worry about collapse like we have witnessed every time Babar got out. And
So,
if I'm mentioning 6 hitters, right? Sure. I don't agree with the term. I don't agree with the fact that you have to hit sixes to score. He can still hit fours. And somebody mentioned that.
But he doesn't.
But here's
but
the
he
thing,
The
right?
doesn't,
cover drive, the cover drive. Woo.
Are we
and he
still living
also
up
and he
2018?
also
What are we
Here's
struggles
the
doing?
thing.
and he also struggles to rotate the strike.
No,
That's
but
what I'm
Yes.
trying to tell you guys.
I disagree with that. That's not true at all. He's one of the best.
Shibraz, you as a bowler, you are a fast bowler. You should know this, right? And we saw it against USA. We saw it the other game when I told you the Champions Trophy where he played 50 dot balls. The intent is not there, right? So you as a bowler, right?
Yes.
If you're bowling one line in length and you're hitting it over and over and over again, and he's letting the ball go, right? You're not going to change your bowling, right? You're going to keep bowling that same line in length because you're like, hey, this guy's not scoring any runs. He's not rotating strike,
Yeah,
right?
he's
He's
not
not doing
making the
anything.
bowler think at all.
You got
The
to
the
put the
bowler is going to
pressure
bowl
on,
the
right?
same ball.
Especially in T20, you got to put the pressure on the bowler to say, hey, like what they did, what New Zealand did to us in Game 2 last time on Monday, right? It was or Tuesday. It was like wherever Shaheen was bowling, they were smacking him, right? Bowling it short, bowling it outside off, bowling it. He's trying to bowl Yorkers. They were smacking him everywhere, right? You got to make the bowler think. If you're letting just dot balls go by, you're not rotating the strike. You're just hurting the team. You're making it easier for the other team, right?
Yeah,
You got
so
to have the intent.
how I think about it is like the innovation has to be there too, for like now it's a 2025. You guys have to have guys that are going to hit scoop shots. You're going to have to hit lap shots. You're going to have to advance down the wicket. You're going to have to hit a reverse sweep. And I'm not
Which we did.
arguing and Shibraz, I'm not arguing Babar to be in the ODI team. I think he's fine in the ODI team at number 3, but you cannot have a modern day T20 team with Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha all in one team. They're almost all the same type of player. They're
Fair
all
enough.
Rizwan. I mean, if he doesn't open in T20s, there's no way he should be playing.
Yeah, I think he should
Um,
be.
it's been like 3 or 4 years. Everyone knew he couldn't really hit boundaries. He's developed that one pickup shot, but now everybody knows he hits that shot. They take a deep square leg, and if he tries that shot, he'll either hit it straight to the fielder or he'll top edge. He has no game to go over the offside. And with Babar Azam, I mean, how many times have you seen him hit the ball over the top? Um, so
We
I
saw
mean,
it
Let me
last
ask you
month
guys this
against
question, right?
India.
Instead of, let me ask you all three of you guys. Instead of, sorry, Wase. If you had
It's
to
okay.
choose between Babar Azam and Rizwan to stay in the team, who would you pick?
That's easy, bro. King. Easily. There's no there's no
Go ahead.
debate there.
It has to be one of
To
them.
me,
And
it really
one of them
depends.
has to stay in the
You
team.
you you want me to answer that
Yeah.
question?
Be
It
honest.
really depends on who is captaining the team. If Babar is the captain, as we have seen for many years, he's not a good captain, right? And
2021,
I'm
2022.
a Multan Sultan fan, right? I don't praise Rizwan as a great captain. I do think he is slightly better than Babar as a captain. And the added fact that he's also a keeper. I don't see a scenario where Babar will not be on the team. I don't see a scenario, right? You have to have him on the team. But I think, and I'll go opposed to what Zaid said. I think there could be, if you give these guys proper roles. This is another thing, right? We don't have proper roles in our team, right? Our middle order batsmen our opening batsmen are coming in the middle order. Our hitters are coming in the middle order. Our middle orders are coming in as hitters, right? This is what I say. I say you can play all three. You can play Saman Ali Agha. You can play Babar. You can play
in
Rizwan.
T20s,
In T20, but here's the thing. You got to have 3 guys up top that get the green light to say, you know what? Utilize the power play. You take Fucker, you take Sion, and right now, I would say the one guy that can clear the boundary easily for Pakistan is Irfan Khan Niazi, right? If you can get those 3 guys going up top, right? You have 3 guys that can. You have Babar and Rizwan that can stabilize. Saman Ali Agha, as you witnessed last game,
He can hit.
is a lot more efficient than these 2 are, right? And then the rest of here's the thing: you also got to have a T20 mentality where you say, "Hey, man, we have these guys like Shaheen who think that they're all rounders, but they're not all rounders, right? You can't just play specialist bowlers anymore. You have to have guys that can bowl and bat, right? As you witnessed with India. India's
So,
got they play 4 or 5 all rounders, proper
so,
all
uh,
rounders.
so I'm gonna throw a curveball at you and say something here. So if we have a regular team here, obviously Fakar Zaman and Saim Ayub are our top choice openers, right? And
Yes.
if Fakar Zaman is not there, there's a case that Abdullah Shafiq, he's shown that he's aggressive. He can even play T20s. He's played for Lahore Qalandars. He's aggressive. He has all the shots.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance that maybe he can be in that top three too if they give him the chances. He hasn't been given the chance in the international level. He got a couple of ducks. They dropped him right away. But I think he's one of the most talented batsmen, probably after Saim Ayub in Pakistan right now, Abdullah Shafiq. We saw him in the 2023 World Cup. He had a amazing 100 against Sri Lanka. But I think he has that game to transform into the T20 team. So where are we going to fit Babar Azam and Rizwan and Salman Ali Aga if they're not in that top three? Because we need guys that are going to be able to hit those boundaries towards the end, like the guys who are going to accelerate.
Pushdill.
So yeah, Kushzil
He
is
can hit.
there.
He's been hitting, bro. I'm not even
He's
lying.
been
He's been
hitting.
hitting.
He's been
Kushzil
hitting.
is there.
He's been
And
hitting.
in my opinion, you said Irfan Khan Yazi. I believe in Irfan Khan Yazi, but I feel right now he's batting way too high. Especially if the ball is moving around. I don't think he can bat at number 4. He's
You
been
need
a little
you need a proper one down batsman.
That's Babar
Here's the
Azam.
thing, right?
Which is
But here's
king.
the
Which
thing:
is king. Yeah.
if you start the game well, right? Like if you give them a platform, right? If your openers give them a platform, what you don't want is the game to slow down at one down. You need that score to keep ticking, right? Barber comes in, takes him forever to settle in, right? Now, whatever your opening batsmen have given you, it's all gone away, right? If
exactly.
he's striking the ball at 60, 70 and playing catch up, and at the end of the game, he's strike rate is 130, and everybody's happy as the king strike rate is 130. That's you listen. This is middle order. This is how you build your team, right?
So
But where are
in
you
this
getting the
case,
stat? Where are you getting the stat of Babar's playing starting off with 60, 70 strike
60,
rate?
70 strike rate.
That's not a true stat at all because
if you look at T20,
yes, you can look it up. Gil,
when
it's
Babar
not,
he's a slow starter,
but
and
when
they
Babar and
probably
but
Rizwan
it's
have
were
not
opening
at
for
60,
Pakistan in
70. He
T20,
might be at
they
120
probably have
plus
the
still.
lowest
No.
average power
Yes,
play
yes,
score
they do.
batting
They
together.
do.
100%.
They
Babar and
have the
Rizwan have the lowest
Bro, no
statistically
way,
power.
man.
lowest partnership.
Oh no way!
I will
If
It
you
say
depends on
that
the
to you.
pitch.
go
It
pull up
depends
the
on the pitch.
last.
You guys are living in the shadows of
No, we're not
2021
living
and
in the shadows.
2022, where
I'm speaking
Pakistan would
facts,
score
guys. If
150
you
and
want me to
they're
pull up stats for you, I can pull up stats for you. Like the
Yes,
first
yeah,
yes,
you
six.
you
guys are
can.
going
If
to talk about the
no,
152
I'm not
and
talking
0
about that.
game
No, let's not.
where
Look,
That was a
let me
good one,
clear that.
Mike.
I'm not talking about the stats overall. I'm talking about you guys are saying that Barber starts with 60, 70 strike rate. That's incorrect, and that's just like falls.
I wouldn't say 60, 70, but I would say he starts under 100 strike
No,
rate.
he does
And
not. That's not true at
wait,
all.
okay, yeah, and guys, can I add something? Everybody keeps talking about 2022. The 2022 T20 World Cup was in Australia. It was difficult to bat on that freaking pitch. Let's make that clear. 2024 US, Shibs brought up a good point in the group chat. The scores for the entire tournament were so low. You understand what I'm saying? So, we got to assess the pitch as well, figure out, what the score is there, what the strike rate for all the other players is too. Because we just love to throw king. The problem with Pakistan and Pakistanis, honestly speaking, is when you have a hero, everybody tries to put him down, and we are witnessing that. The entire world loves Babar Azam, aside from our country and that other country. There's two countries. And what disgusts me about the Pakistani people, honestly, is that people from a certain area started giving him a nickname because he was receiving international recognition, right? And they nicknamed him Zimbabwe. And our own Pakistani people have started calling him that. 31 centuries, international centuries, only 2 have been against Zimbabwe. Sorry, against Zimbabwe. He
Zimbabwe.
scored. See, you guys got me messed up. But he scored more centuries against Australia than Zimbabwe as well. So I feel like we're a bit too harsh on him, and maybe it's his own fault with his, with his whole team with PR. But let's just, treat
Yeah,
everybody equally when we assess them.
listen, guys, Babar Azam, he's a great player, but we are basically putting him in a tier above everybody else. Pakistan has had some amazing batsmen in the past that have not gotten this kind of treatment. Inzamamul Haq, Muhammad Yusuf, Yunus Khan. These are 3 greats that we're talking about, and they've been benched in their times as well when the performance hasn't been there. And I'm sorry, these 3 guys have won Pakistan matches hundreds of matches. You know, like when's the last time Babar
How
Azam
many
won a
how
man of
many
the
World Cup
match?
is Mamo had? 1992, but that was like his mom was Imran Khan was there, but Muhammad Yusuf.
I mean, he scored 2,000 runs in a calendar year in test matches. He's won you
Test
some
match. We talking
insane
about
tests.
T20.
He's oh, they were not there when T20s were around, but I'm just trying to
T20.
tell you that these
No, I'm
guys
not
were
talking.
on that.
I want to test
I
his
mean, we're
knowledge.
talking about Syed Anwar. I mean, these guys were on that level that I don't think Babar Azam has touched yet. Like, okay, you were talking about stats. How many man of the matches in T20 has Babar Azam won?
Shivs, I had to look this up. Babar Azam has the second lowest strike rate in the power play in ICC T20 World Cup history.
What is it?
World Cup history.
91
Yeah,
play
he's
counts.
played. He's he's played 4 World Cups, Vase.
Yeah, 13 innings. 13
13
innings.
How he
innings.
played? No, no. How many? No, are you talking about like World Cups overall or just T20 World Cups?
T20
T20,
World
just
Cups.
T20 World Cups. Just T20 World Cups.
He's
So
played
how's he played
3.
four? He's played three. He's played three.
3.
2021.
Yeah.
2022 was in Australia. Extremely hard
Yeah.
pitch to bat on. 2024 was in US.
Everyone's batting on
Extremely hard
the
to bat.
pitch, my
Everyone's
brother.
batting on those.
Strike rates. Look at
Yeah,
this dude. They love the
second
pinpoint.
lowest.
Guard save
You-
lane.
Do you want to know the list? Number 1, Johnson Charles. Number 2, Babar Azam. Number 3, another one of Shiv's is probably your favorite, Kamran Akmal. number,
Gibbs his favorite player.
number 4, Tamim Iqbal. And number 5, Shakib Al Hasan.
Yeah.
Babar is number 2
So
all
two
time.
Bengalis, a West Indian. They're not
Yeah.
good at cricket
So,
anymore. So
Basically, 4 Pakistanis and a West Indian. Did you hear that from me?
yeah. So I mean, guys, let's see. Give the young guys a chance. Babar Azam and Rizwan are gonna come back in the ODI team. Let's see how they do on these conditions that you guys say that they're experts at. That Vase and Shib
He
say
is
that.
look at his stat in Cena. South Africa,
Okay,
England,
let me ask you.
New Zealand,
let me ask you,
Australia.
Would you
Highest-
two, would
Yes.
Shibs and Wase, would you today say that we would still opening the batting in T20 with Babar Azam?
Yes, I feel at home. It's actually with him. Yes, with him, and then
Oh,
on the other end,
forget
put
Zaman and
Simon.
Saim Ayub?
Put
Yeah,
Simon
Cowboy.
Barber. I like that. Yeah.
Okay, Peshawar Gully.
Oh
But
my
Babar-
god.
And you see you saw what he did last PSL. You saw
Yeah,
what
but
my guy did.
Listen, I have
Man,
always said
Usman Khan is the best PSL batsman. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that he should open for Pakistan in T20 cricket.
PSL cannot be the barometer.
If
I mean,
not
we're
Barber,
probably-
let's say, okay, if not Barber, then who? So Sam
Zaman.
Fucker, cool. But who won down then?
Your
You
captain,
have to
Salman
have-
Ali Aga.
Salman
He's
Ali
the
Aga.
guy.
Yeah, Saban Ali Aga.
Exactly.
I
Then
would
you have
even- I would
Irfan
even
Khan
say if
Niazi
this-
at 4 or
Irfan Khan
Shadab.
Niazi.
Shut up.
Yeah, look at the guy.
You wanna
Look
He
at
can hit.
the
He can hit.
look at
He
the
can
boys'
hit.
performance. 26 off 14. When's the last time Babar Azam had a
Come
had a
on,
cameo
bro.
Stop
like
it,
that?
Zayd. Come on, bro. I'll put a
Then
screenshot right now of
you
what we
brownie
did
point,
last
buddy.
time in New Zealand, bro.
They
I'll
lost
show
all
you
3
what
of
we
those
did.
matches, Vase. They lost all
we
3 where he
lost- I
scored
know.
runs.
Well, they
But
lost.
we just lost the last two.
Pakistan
Yeah,
lost
we
the
just got
last
killed
match,
last
come
two
on.
games. Yeah.
I mean, you guys talk about everyone likes to compare Babar Azam and Virat Kohli. Just go back and look at the stats.
Dude, I don't-
look at how many singles Virat Kohli has just in the last like since he started playing. He's got 6,000 runs just in singles. That's how many Babar Azam has in his whole entire career in runs. So we're talking
Bro,
about like
it's because the
rotation of
Indian players are
strike
fit.
and actually like stroke playing and putting the ball in the gaps instead of just hitting the ball straight to the fielder. I mean, he should take a page out of a great like Virat Kohli.
But
I'm just gonna
can I-
leave it like that.
Wait, can I just
that's
add
a
one thing
horrible
too,
point, but
guys?
okay.
Guys, in every sport too, right? It comes down to your psyche, your mental psyche. We've seen basketball players #1 draft picks who can't even shoot an open three, right? Just because
Yeah.
it's messed with their brain. And I also feel like the Pakistani media, Pakistani ex-cricket players have completely, psyched them out as well, bro. I mean, just that whole 2023 World Cup when he was captain, his text messages were getting leaked. How do you expect a player to be honest, to be at their full, at their best? Dude, that happened to any other athlete, they did the same exact damn thing. So we need to be a little easy on him. He scored a lot of runs for Pakistan, honestly, and he has won his matches before. So, let's just
Vase,
keep
you
that
know
in
what
mind.
they
It's very
say, with
unfair
great power
criticism.
comes great responsibility. If you can't
responsibility.
handle the heat in the kitchen, then you
Get the
you
hell
gotta
out,
leave.
bro.
Yeah, that
No,
you know what they say,
I
AG.
will burn in that kitchen with him. Let me tell you that.
All right, that's
You are
fine.
right now. You are
Yeah.
right now. 'Cause Babar's not in the team.
That's okay. Let's talk about the new age, the new era, the match on Tuesday. We all saw it was a 15 over game. Pakistan lost the toss, batted first in overcast conditions where the ball was moving around. Um, as we mentioned, Hassan Nawaz, 2 games, 2 ducks, 2 failures. He's got out on the same shot
Same shot.
twice
Bro,
in a row.
wallahi, I play that shot when I'm in the cages because I don't know how to bat and hold the bat. I literally close my eyes and I swing like an idiot, just like he does.
So I think today we should go with a different option. Maybe Omer bin Yusuf, try him at the top of the order and see
He
how
can play
that
off the
works
back
out.
foot.
He can. He can. He's played some games for Quetta Gladiators as well. Seen
He's
him
nice.
play a little bit. I think he's decent. I'm not sure if he's gonna score or not. Salman Aliaga was a bright spot. 46 off 28. You saw his 6 hitting ability. He was able to negotiate the swing early. Shadab Khan with a quick cameo of 26, and then Shaheen, the proper all rounder with the 22 not out off 14 balls. So those were the positives. A couple of the negatives: Hassan Nawaz, Muhammad Hadis not able to capitalize. Irfan Khan Niazi.
Shaheen's bowling. Don't forget that.
Yeah, we'll get to the bowling. Trust me. Irfan Khan Niazi, that Ish Sodi over basically kind of ruined the momentum for Pakistan with the double,
Yeah.
2 wickets in that one over. Um, so let's cover the positives. What did you guys think? What did you guys like? What about the negatives? You can cover Shaheen's bowling, and just the Pakistan bowling in general looked haywire.
Yeah, I don't think like I said, I'm okay with them trying things right now. Shaheen unfortunately doesn't have it anymore, right? Just doesn't like you said, man, you got to be mentally tough, right? You got to come with it. You're playing international cricket, right? He just doesn't have it here anymore. I don't know if it's like I said. I think in the last podcast I said I don't know if it's the injury. I don't know if it's the marriage. I don't know if it's father-in-law talking to him too much. There's something
It's for
that's
sure the
just
marriage.
not clicking
So,
for him.
so AG, let me ask you because the first over he bowled, you probably saw it.
He bowled a
Great
maiden.
over,
Yeah,
great over,
yeah,
a
yeah,
maiden. Then the next over, it seems like things just got predictable where they're just bowling back of the length, and
yeah.
Tim Seifert just pounced on it. So like,
Well,
there's no thinking going on from these guys. Like, you guys play cricket. Like, Shibs, you're a fast bowler. Like,
yeah.
if someone if hits you for a 6 and you pulled the length back, what are you gonna do the next ball, right? Like, you're gonna try something different. So what should he have done when he got hit for a 6 or 2 in that over?
Well, like when we talk about, I'm not going to talk about Shane Afridi in general, but Pakistan when they're fielding right on the field, I just never see a plan. There's never a plan. Like it upsets me. I have never seen like under Babar Azam, even under Rizwan right now. There is genuinely no plan, and it comes down to few things. Do they sit down and actually study the game, study the players? Like, do they have any kind of strategic coach who comes down and be like, oh, look, this is the weakness of this specific player? These kind of things I don't see in Pakistan when they're fielding. Because in batting, it can be a little bit different, but those are kind of things that upset me. Like, sure, and you brought up the point of Shaheen Afridi. It upsets me. Like, and Gil made a good point too. Every time he gets hit 1-6, even Muhammad Haris said the same exact thing.
He
You
goes
get
crazy.
to his head, he stopped
Yeah,
thinking. And
yeah.
that's where mental coaching comes into. And these kind of things, I'm sorry I have to say this, these kind of things are not common in Pakistan. Mental coaching, you tell somebody, hey, you got to work on your mental toughness. Oh, what are you talking about, bro? That's not. We just do it the why and we'd be good.
Yeah.
You brought up a great point about planning, right? So we know, like, we watch cricket. Tim Seifert, even in the first game, he pounced on the fast bowlers. Like, anything short, anything full, the guy's going after. He looks for pace. So why are they not like trying to bring a spinner early, right? In this game, they benched Abrar, which I think was an iffy move. Why would
Foolish.
you bench your best spinner basically for and we're keeping Muhammad Ali, a guy who I don't think belongs in the international level. um he bowls one good ball and over and then gets hit for 4 6s. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, against Tim Seifert and Finn Allen, you have to, I think, bring in a spinner early in the power play, take the pace off the ball, and let maybe they'll top edge something when they're going for a 6. So like, where's the planning, right? uh and then same thing with John Dodd. I mean, like, you you're bowling length balls to a guy who's just looking for that delivery.
Bro, I think
I
he's on the team because he's so good looking. I swear. Have you seen how he looks? The dude looks
Yeah,
like a
I've
stud,
seen
bro.
it. Why are they playing three all rounders? They're playing John Dodd. They're playing Kushdil. Like, I don't think John Dodd and Shaheen need to be in the same team. Like, you either play one or the other. They're
One
the
or the other.
same. They're the same type of bowler. So I think the bowling is actually like we talk a lot about the batting, but the bowling needs serious help. And is if Abbas Afridi doesn't play today,
I don't
I
understand why he's not
swear
playing.
I
Is
will
he on the
throw
team?
something. He's in the squad.
Yeah,
So
he's in the squad. He's there.
why is he not playing?
He's in the squad. So if he does not play today, I will be baffled. Akib Javed needs to be thrown in jail if that guy does not play today.
Yo,
Um,
make sure we
Oh,
don't include that in the
Akibo.
pod.
why?
No, throw him in jail.
Include it.
We
Yeah.
love you, Akim, mate.
So this noon leaguer over here, right? This is what's wrong
Yeah.
with Pakistan.
Seriously, man. And then like Abrar, he needs to play too. Like drop Shaheen, bring back Abrar, drop John Dodd, play Harris, and play Abbas Afridi. Like these are the changes that need to be made.
Boston
In
hit
or-
too.
yeah,
Yeah, he
he
can hit
he
and
he can
strike.
hit a little
Yeah.
bit too. So like, I mean, I guess in positives, Hadis Rauf, which we talked about in the last podcast, he needs to be in the team in these conditions. He's
Yeah.
slippery. He even got the ball to outswing last game. I fell out of my chair watching that. Um, so like he's
We still
dangerous in
lost.
these conditions. So
Yeah.
I think he should definitely play in these bouncing fast wickets. So Harris definitely needs to play, but like why are they not able to get the team balance correct, AG? Like can you or Vase anybody take this away? Like why are we not defining roles and getting the selection right? I understand that the team is young, yes, but why are we just playing the wrong mix of players?
I think we're just trying things right now, right? I think I've touched on this before. We're not making the right selections all across the board, right? Whether that's batting, bowling, it's just not there. The decision makers are making the wrong decisions, right? Like you said, Muhammad Ali we should not see him outside of PSL, right?
Yeah.
Like
Bro, I
he's
love
a
that
great
guy.
PSL bowler. I love him. He used to play for Multan. I think we let him go this year, but international cricket is a different animal, right?
Dude, in PSL, he's bowling 145-kilometer Yorkers. Why is he not bowling that in international?
It just doesn't. Sometimes it's like you said, like Shib said. Sometimes it's a mental game, and these guys are just mentally weak, right? They see the international competition. They see Shaheen just gets hits for 26 and an over, right? And it's like, oh man, I can't bowl one bad ball, right? The thing is you have to be mentally strong, right? You as a fast bowler, and Shib will tell you he's a fast bowler. You get hit once, you got to think, and you got to come back
On the
stronger, right? On to the next ball, right? That ball is gone already. On to the next one, but you can't. I've seen a lot of guys in my league. We have a lot of guys like Shaheen, background wise and mental wise. Same thing. They're like, you know what? Yeah. I mean, you
all
know,
about me.
mentally, those things come into play. I've seen guys that similar background to Shaheen. They'll get hit. They're like, you know what? I'm going to bowl the same ball, and he's not going to be able to hit
I
me.
think we're
And they
talking
get
about
hit again.
Patans.
Yeah, it's they just are very headstrong, right? And it's like he hit me. This is my best ball. He hit me. I'm gonna bowl it again, and I'm gonna bowl it again. Eventually, I'm gonna get him out, right? And that's what Shaheen does. Is he just keeps bowling it, and he keeps getting hit, right? And then you have Akib Javed says, "Oh, it's normal to get hit for 26 and an over." Well, thank you, coach. Right? Why don't we just get hit for 26 in every over? Right? Let them score 500 runs. I mean, it doesn't make
Exactly.
sense, right?
Like our batsmen are having a hard time facing on these bouncy wickets and the ball is swinging, but give the ball to a Pakistani bowler. The guy's not able to move the ball a centimeter. So, like, it
Exactly.
has to be something mentally going on with these guys. Like, we've seen their peaks, how good they are, but, like, the downfall has been crazy. Go ahead, Vase.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're talking about psych and mindset. Muhammad Ali bowled two of the most atrocious wides I've seen in my life. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
That
he
thing
bowled off the
literally,
pitch. He bowled off the pitch.
it was insane, and he did it back to back. So psych is the main thing, and to be honest, their downfall needs to be studied as well. I think that but I mean, at the end of the
Bro,
day,
the no ball was
it
so
is
bad
what
they
it
didn't even show the replay for it.
is.
It was
Because
on
I
the
thought it was
pitch.
match fixing. Yeah, I swear. Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
it was terrible.
You know, I just want to add on to that point about downball rate. It's crazy when I see Pakistan cricket team from 2021 till now, the downfall, it just reminds me of that one story. And of course, and I think we all can agree with this one, that the story that when we kindergarten or middle school to talk about the five brothers and sticks. You know, a father gives one stick to each one of them. He'll break it. They easily break it. But when he gives the bundle of sticks to break it, it's hard to break it. So I feel like Pakistan together was that bundle of stick, but slowly they all become a single stick where they're easy to break. So that's where the downfall happened. And then it goes back to Shaheen Afridi. It goes back to Babar Azam captaincy. There's one. That's those small things impact, and those small lessons come a long way. You know, and that's what we
That
see right now in Pakistan.
that's a great analogy because you're right. The grouping has kind of led the downfall of the team.
Yes,
I think that's where the Babar camp, the Rizwan camp, the Shaheen camp, I think that's kind of
the
fragmented in
Pakistan.
different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That goes back
Fragmented.
to that point that Salman Aliaga, when he said, "Hey, there's a certain person. We're not going to name names that I don't want on the team." Right?
I will bet
Who?
my life. I will bet my actually strike that. Okay, I will bet. I don't want to say my life, but it was Shaheen Shah Afridi.
I agree.
200% it was Shaheen.
Yeah, I definitely has to be because people were saying Shadab. When you brought up the report, I googled it, and people were saying Shadab, but they're teammates on Islamabad United, and Shadab is his captain, so I doubt it is Shadab.
And Zed, can I make one point? When I went to the
Hmm.
hotel, when they played, U.S. and Dallas, flew to LA. First thing I did, first stop was a hotel. Just to see King, right? So I'm at the hotel. The entire team's eating together. No, I'm not kidding. The entire team's eating
Yeah.
together, right, inside the cafeteria. Shaheen and Haris venture off on their own to the other side of the hotel to eat alone. I'm not even. I saw this firsthand, right? And then I didn't want
Okay.
to look too much into it because it's hype for the game, but it all starts to make sense, dude. The crux of the problem, in my opinion, no disrespect to anybody, but has been Shaheen Shah Afridi for the past 2 or 3 years. And I don't know if
But
it's him or it's his father-in-law, but he's the one who's kind of
yeah,
divided
the
the damn team.
father-in-law has
Yeah.
definitely spoke, I think, to him and kind of altered his ego, his
Yeah.
attitude, definitely. I think he was also saying that Salman Aliaga doesn't deserve to be the captain because he has no accolades. But I mean, there's been a lot of times where captaincy has been given to a person that has not had the accolades, but they think they're a good cricketer with a good head. That's what Salman Aliaga has. He's a team guy. I feel like he's gels with everybody, and he's trying to get Pakistan to a spot where they're respectable again. Right? Pakistan's
Mhm.
kind of become the laughing stock right now of international cricket. I mean, we've seen them underperform and on huge levels now. Last three tournaments in ICC, they've bounced out in the group stages. The Test Championship, we finished last, so we have to do something to revive it here. Um, so we have a match today, actually, in a couple hours.
Mhm.
What do you guys think? What's going on? Any chance Pakistan wins this game tonight? It's in Auckland, Eden Gardens. Eden
Zero.
Garden.
I always say something positive after I watched the second game, and I was getting trolled and demoralized by Gil.
Yeah.
A couple other folks too. So the first game, I think this is the first time I saw a little bit of adjustment from Pakistan after the first game. They scored 91 all out, but the second game they came out, they studied the pitch, and you can see from Salman Ali Agha, Shadab Khan, they were actually trying to play the bounce, which is something I feel like they adopted to. So I wouldn't be surprised going into third game we might surprise. You never know. But then again, I feel like even if you put up 160, 170, runs on the board, it all comes down to our bowling.
Your
If
bowlers.
if Shaheen is playing, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave it.
so Eden Park is small boundaries. I've actually been there, watched the 2015 World Cup semifinal game, like small boundaries, and it's a high scoring ground. It's one of the higher scoring grounds, and the team that's batted first the last four T20s has ended up winning. Um, so I think that might be something that we look into. If we win the toss, you bat first. But you're right. Even if we score, it feels like even if we score 200, the bowling will not be able to defend it. And I don't know what it is with Finn Allen. They only
That's
bring
what I
this
was gonna
guy for
say. Oh my
Pakistan.
gosh,
They
bro.
only bring this
Smacks
guy
us.
for Pakistan. He doesn't perform
Always.
against any other
He's an
country.
animal, bro.
He's an animal against Pakistan. So him and Kyle Jamison, I feel like Kyle Jamison doesn't perform against anybody besides Pakistan. They feast on these guys. So but you're right. They did play a more positive cricket in the second T20. We saw guys hitting some shots over the offside, which was mind blowing. Didn't think they have that in their arsenal. You know, a lot of these guys are just leg lapardus, man. They're just swinging across the line. Like, man, it's nice to see Salman Aliaga hit a couple shots over the offside. Even Shaheen hit a shot through point, which was crazy to see. The guy just closes his eyes and just hits on the leg
Swings.
side. He's got that
Swing, yeah.
one shot. But yeah, I mean, like we said, we're not expecting to win this game and the series. We're trying to get the bench strength, right? Like, even if Shaheen, Naseem, and Haris are having bad series, like, we got to play the other guys to see who's next, right? In case someone gets injured or the performance is so bad. Like, right now, I don't know, like, who else can we bring in? Obviously, Muhammad Ali's not the answer. Abbas Afridi's there. Like, but who are the other fast bowlers who can step up for these T20 tournaments in the future? I know Abbas Afridi's one, but
I don't
Akif
know
Javed,
what happened to Zaman Khan, bro. He's a
yeah,
great
Zaman
PSL
Khan.
bowler. They gave him a
Yeah.
chance, and then they just dropped him. And like, he's effective, right? He's got a tricky action, right? He bowls a lot.
And
He's
that
spot
too.
on with his Yorkers, right? He's got a decent slow ball. I mean, these type of guys, they give him a chance, and like these are the times where you have to give these type of guys chances. Like Shiv said, it was great to see Saman Aliaga and Shadab adjust to the pitch, but you want to see that from the youngsters too in game 3, right? You don't like when he said that they batted well. I was frowning. I was like, who batted well, right? Like these guys were Balla yahan par hai, head is going this way, the ball is going the opposite way. It's literally like Wase in the nets, you know. It's like he's just swinging wildly, you know. And, like literally, they're swinging, and it's like they're trying to hit it straight, but their head is going this way. The ball is going somewhere else, right?
Yeah,
So
I definitely think Hassan Nawaz definitely not a player in these conditions, and even Mohammad
yeah,
Haris, I don't think he's suitable to open in these conditions. If I was if everybody was
Zaid, one
fully,
thing is the conditions thing bothers me. When people say conditions, you're an international player, right? What do you only played on like flat tops your whole life, where it's like you're just used to
Yeah,
just pace and
yeah,
in
I, I
I
guess
Pakistan.
they
mean, you
have.
have to. You're an
Yeah,
international player. You have
Yeah,
to
true.
adjust.
it's a bad excuse, but for these guys, it seems like they're playing in a different language when the ball is moving around. You know, they're on
Yeah,
another planet. Like that first game we watched, I had an iftar party at my house. I left 200 people, and I'm watching the game, and I'm like, what is going on? These guys are like batting on Mars. It's like craters
yeah.
were in the pitch. The ball's moving away. Like Hodis did not he did
Make
not
contact
touch
with
the
the ball,
ball
bro. Yeah, in the
for
first
six
over.
deliveries until he nicked one that went behind. So I think in a perfect world, if Mohammad Haris works out, I think even with the full strength squad, he would bat at 3 with Fakhr Zaman and Saim Ayub opening. So that's just the case. No, but let's see what happens. I think the game's gonna happen in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everybody coming on. Any final closing comments from anybody? Um, Go ahead, Vase.
And one final closing, guys. It was an honor to have the both, Austin Gill and Shibs. Honestly, out of all the podcasts, I want to give a shout out to everybody who's came on before. But wallahi, this one, bro, it made my heart happy. So I want to say thank you to you guys
Love you,
for that.
baby.
Yeah,
No, no,
thanks, man. Love you too,
we
man.
appreciate you guys coming on, and as always, drop a like, comment, subscribe. We'll probably be live tweeting on our Twitter account. I'll be tweeting under.
He's
I'll be.
so funny, bro. He's
I'll,
tweeting me where we've already lost the match. He's like, bro, I think we have a chance to win. Man. I turned on the match
hey,
too, and I do that to you
hey,
guys.
I'm an optimist, so I'll be watching the whole game no matter what. If even if we're 10 runs for eight guys out, so I'll
Love
be
it.
tweeting throughout the game. And as always, we wish Pakistan the best. We want them to succeed. So Pakistan's in the bad. We appreciate you guys for coming on. Thank you guys. Peace.
Peace, guys.